Welcome to the AUTOWERKS YouTube channel, and I'm gonna jump straight into it. It's no, easy way to get into it, or I'm not gonna lollygag into it. So let's get straight into it. The engine has to come out.
Perfect.
It has to come out. Nothing's bad on the engine. Nothing went wrong. The engine runs perfectly fine. I even got all 8 EU5 injectors here. As you can see, the part number. Let me flip that around. Oh no, I think I had it right the first time. That's the EU5 part number right here. So and all these are brand new sealed, ready to go. But I'm not gonna be putting these in, at least not yet. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why the engine has to come out. It's nothing bad at all. It's actually pretty good. I'm just extremely particular about the way I do things. I don't care about how long it takes. I want it done correctly. And I'm already in uncharted waters with this platform. No, I don't care what parts of the earth you go and find, you will never find a SUV as modified as this one, BMW. I'm so far in uncharted territory that most tuners can't believe the stuff I've done to the car already. They never fathomed it, outside of the M5 or the M6, or M3 or M4. But anyways, the reason why I'm doing it is I reached out to my tuner and I asked him, ball serious, I said, what do I need to make at least, extremely close or right at 1,000 wheel horsepower to the wheels to make this thing, this heavy beast, get across the line in a 9-second pass. I'm gonna put the message up right here, and I asked him if it's anything that I will need outside of what I already have done before you start tuning on this car, and you say, hey, you didn't have enough this, or we needed more of this. I'm not doing that. I need this thing to be right from the gate. When you open the freezer, open the door, unlock the gate, I need it to be right soon as you see it. When my car rolls onto that track, I need to know in my mind that I had everything that my tuner said I needed before he starts tuning. I'm not trying to go backwards. So these are the things he said I need in this message here. I have everything in this message, which is good, except for one thing. I bet you can't guess what it is. Some people might guess. It's the E85 cams. When I got my engine built over at the M Doctor, I found out about the E85 cams way after my engine was together. Believe you me, if I found out about those E85 cams, which will allow me to run full I think I can run full E85 now, but not get the type of power I want and not the duty cycle on my, and not without the duty cycle that I need my fuel system to be running at. I want headroom. I don't want everything to be maxed out, so I definitely need those E85 cams. But I'm not just doing E85 cams. Thanks to another master Jedi, I'm not gonna mention his name, because he says he wants to stay in the shadows, stay secret until he bring his beast out, which is gonna be, hey, you DCT guys, if you have a DCT transmission in the BMW, I would go the other way when you see this car coming. But we're gonna keep him secret until he's ready to be revealed. But anyways, once the engine is out, I'm gonna do the E85 cams, WAGNER head studs. The reason I'm doing head studs is with this type of power to the wheels, you gotta imagine 1,000 all-wheel horsepower. That's close to 1,200 horsepower at the crank, very close. So that's a lot of horsepower. And I don't wanna worry about the head lifting, you know, at making high boosts, because I don't know how much boost my tune is gonna be. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm in uncharted territories with this platform. You know, this car never made did nobody else with this car ever made that type of boost. So it's very uncharted territories, and I don't want to be in there, you know, doing this, doing that, and I could have made the pass and boom, I lifted a head, you know, below the head gasket. So I'm gonna be doing Wagner tuning pro head studs right here. Everything that I tell you, I'm gonna put up right here. You know, so if you guys want to follow suit, go ahead. You know, I'm not hiding any of this juice, none of the sauce. I'm doing that. I'm doing COMETIC MLX head gaskets, which is the high performance version of the MLS head gasket, which our stock head gaskets are MLS head gaskets already, and they handle a ton of boost. Don't get me wrong, they handle a ton of boost. But like I said, this is this totally new for my platform. So next, I'm gonna do a turbo inlet mod. I'm taking the turbos off when the engine comes out. I'm doing all of this while the engine is out. I'm not gonna skip a beat. I'm not gonna leave any stones unturned while the engine is out for this last time. I'm gonna do a turbo inlet mod. So what I'm gonna do, take the turbo out, take the exhaust side off, send it out for powder coating with Cerakote, the heat ceramic coating on the exhaust side. The compressor side of the turbo, I'm gonna get that powdered candy coated red to match the rest of the engine bay. I don't know, I mean, my engine bay is black and red, so I don't know if I want to do the exhaust. The downpipe heat shield is already candy red, so I don't know if I want to do the turbo housings candy red. I might do them like a gloss black. You know, so everything a contrast. I'm still debating on that, but that'll help keep the exhaust gases in the turbo, you know, tight like they're supposed to be. And as well as the inlet, I'm gonna be grinding down where the wheel starts in the turbo inlet on the compressor side. Right where the wheel starts, I'm gonna gradually, because I'm not using that O-ring inside the turbo inlet. I'm taking that O-ring out, and I'm not using my factory inlets. I'm using a silicone hose that slips over the entire inlet to allow more air in. I don't need this turbo choked down trying to make this type of power. So what the machine shop is gonna do is bevel it from the wheel, starting from the wheel all the way out. So it's a smooth transition right into the turbo wheel for me to slip the hose, silicone 90-degree hose over it, and then I can just connect it with some 30-degree silicone hoses and straight pieces of aluminum to the carbon fiber RK intakes. You know, and that'll help airflow a lot more, you know, into the actual turbo. So outside of that turbo mod, I'm also plugging the head ports. If you guys don't know what plugging the head ports mean, they have kits for the N55, N54, S55, you know, and so on. And what that does is the head ports are really used for the PCV system, you know, which I deleted on my car. You know, so there's no reason for me to have those head ports open. All that's gonna do is let boost escape through those head ports. But if I plug them, I keep all the boost in the engine where it's supposed to be. And they don't make M7 style plugs for the S63. So what you want to do is buy a M7 by, you know, 50 millimeter, and this is grade 8, you know, grade 8 bolts, and they're zinc coated. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut these down to where it's perfect for the head ports, and then put a little slit on top of them so we can screw, after we drill and tap those head ports, we can, you know, tighten them down inside. And I'm going to use either a high temp RTV or blue Loctite, you know, one of the two, but both should stop it from backing out. So definitely plugging those head ports, you know, that'll free up a little bit more horsepower. Like I say, we need all the power we can get. 9 seconds, full weight, full interior. Let's go to the second mod I'm going to be doing. 3.5-inch downpipes. My factory downpipes, with any aftermarket downpipe for the X5M, X6M, it comes 3-inch off of the back of the turbo, and then it draws down to 2 3/4 to slip fit inside of the 3-inch exhaust. That's not gonna work for the type of power I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make. So I'm taking those off and I'm getting custom 3.5 inch all the way through. And then I'm gonna be able to V-band clamp that to the exhaust. You know, so I can't play, you know, I can't cut corners, not when you're in uncharted territory and you're going for a world record. It's no corners to be cut here. So we're doing 3.5. If I can fit 4 inch, you know, which I probably can't because it's real tight, but if I can fit 4 inch, I'm gonna do 4 inch downpipes all the way down, because hot exhaust gases are way more expanded than cool gases. So about time they come out of that turbo, that gas needs somewhere to go. You know, if you got it choked down, that's gonna cause back pressure on that exhaust wheel, and you don't want that. I need somewhere for that exhaust gas to hurry up and go. And about time it gets down that 3.5 inch downpipe, it'll cool down enough for it to be fairly okay with the 3 inch exhaust. But you know, in the future I really want to do a full 3.5 inch exhaust all the way out the rear and get rid of the 3 inch exhaust. So I'm gonna keep that in mind too. But for now we're doing the 3.5 downpipes. Next, I'm gonna be doing the DINAN valve springs. I didn't do the DINAN valve springs because it's a lot of cars that have been making big butt loads of power, well over 1,000 wheel horsepower without DINAN valve springs. You know, but who knows the type of condition the factory valve springs are in. There's no way to tell what that factory valve spring is doing until something bad happens. You know, if you're getting float or something like that. These DINAN valve springs are supposed to be 20%, I think 20% stiffer than the regular valve springs, and what that does is it gives you just enough to make high boost without being too stiff to actually cause a negative effect on the you know, the upper valve train, you know, the what you got going on in the heads. So they're about $950 ship for all valve springs for both heads. So I'm gonna replace those. You know, I was gonna do upgraded valves and stuff like that, but you know, if I was doing porting and polishing on the heads, then I would have did the valves and all stuff like that. But to port and polish 2 S63 TU heads is $6,000. And that's not a problem on the S63. They have great flowing heads, you know, so we not going that way. And then the last mod I'm gonna be doing before I put the engine back in, or while the engine is out, or maybe after the engine gets back in, is I'm gonna do a custom one-piece drive shaft. You know, and a lot of people shy away from one-piece drive shafts, but for BMW, our two-piece drive shafts are the weakest drive shafts in automotive history. You know, and it's not because of the guibos, and it's not because of the center bearing, and it's not because of anything like that. It's the actual, you know, diameter of the two drive shaft pipes, and the thickness of it. You know, so at hard launches, it twists. And I don't know if you're familiar with bending a piece of aluminum or copper or even steel. If you bend it, you know, up and down enough, it's gonna snap. You know, and that's exactly what the drive shaft does, but it twists instead of bending. It twists and twists and twists until it snaps off. And that isn't from multiple launches on the track. That's from one launch. When it's fatigued, it's gonna twist on up, and you're gonna think you're rocketing off, and you're not. The RPM is gonna shoot up, but that drive shaft is gonna be dangling around down there. I talked to drive shaft shop, you know, and a lot of people will say, oh, well, you get a bunch of vibration with a one-piece drive shaft. Yeah, you can have vibration with a one-piece drive shaft, but for my car, I'm not doing dual spicer joints on my car. I honestly want to do 2 CV joints. A CV joint is almost indestructible, especially one from Drive Shaft Shop. So if I can put a CV joint and adapter on the differential, and a CV joint and an adapter on the transmission output flange, I don't have to worry about pinion angle. You don't have to worry about pinion angle, because in a CV joint, you can be at I mean, it's almost, you know, You can be at any type of angle you need to be, and the shaft will still spin freely the right way without vibration. You know, so almost any pinion angle, not like vertical or something like that, or extreme. You know, you guys know what I mean if you into racing. So I'm definitely gonna do that. And big shout out to Tony, man. I'm gonna put Tony's link down in the description to his channel. I'm actually gonna run with his upgraded front drive shaft, because the X5, X6, X5M, X6M, the 3 Series, the 4 Series, and I think the SUV 3 Series and 4 Series, and I think the M version of the 3 and 4 have that same problem that we have, and that's the front drive shaft walking itself out and destroying everything. I cannot have those type of problems at this late in a world record pass I'm trying to make. That will set me back so far that I might never recover. You know, so I can't afford that. So big shout out to Tony. You know, I'm gonna buy that from him, get that put in, and that gives me longer splines on the drive, on that front drive shaft, so it goes deeper into the front differential. And it comes with replaceable U-joints on it, not that unserviceable crap that BMW put on there. You know, nothing is for life. If you hear something that says it's for life with a car, don't listen to it. You know, nothing is forever, you know, besides God's grace. You know, I like that. But anyways, this is a extreme undertaking. This is an extreme undertaking, and it's gonna cost a lot of extra money. Sasha was over budget before I had to do this. You know, I mean, but hey, it has to be done. You know, I came too far now. I could tune the car right now and see what it does. But then if I lift a head gasket then, or do something then, or break the drive shaft then, just trying to see if I can make it, you know, I'm gonna be extremely pissed off with myself, because I knew I should have did stuff the right way while I had the chance to. So I'm not gonna just get it tuned and see what it does now. You know, I'm not itching that bad to get into a headache. You know, like I said, I want it done correctly. I don't give a damn how long it takes. I want it done correctly. You know, and another big shout out to these guys right here for you know, supporting the channel tremendously. You know, these guys, you know, they donate to the channel every month. I really appreciate it. Any of my sponsors and Patreons, no matter if it's through Patreon or my PayPal. PayPal has a thing where it's just like Patreon. I have both of those links in the description of my channel. So, you know, if you guys want to help this get done, you know, and help it move faster, you know, by all means. You know, I don't turn down any donation. If you don't, oh well, sit back and wait till it's done. You know, I mean, I still appreciate you watching. Either way it go, you know, it's no pressure. You guys already know we a big family, one love. So the car is almost done being painted. The doors and stuff are done. And as soon as the car is done, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna update you as parts are coming in and stuff like that. You guys already know this entire second engine coming out is gonna be 100% on camera, especially doing stuff like this for you at-home road warriors and garage warriors who want to do it yourself. I'm gonna have everything on camera. You know, we're gonna do the whole thing over at Boosted BIMMERS. So, you know, big shout out to Boosted BIMMERS. Big shout out to Boosted BIMMERS. Oh my God. Without Omar, I don't know where I would be, man. Omar, I love you, brother. Thank you very much for all you have done and everything that you bring to the channel. I really appreciate it. You know, without you, man, I would, woo. I mean, this isn't easy, and he knows that. So I really appreciate that, Omar. Everybody who's been subscribed to the channel from day one, my new subscribers, welcome to the family. This car will be, I can promise you, this car will be a world record car before it's over with. You know, it will be a world record car before it's over with. So, you know, like, share, subscribe, and AUTOWERKS out.